Second that, Alessandro says, if you don't send people to look, I'll go out there myself. Lorenzo adds, I don't think you want to loose more people from your mafia. Vittoria sighs and glares straight at me. I won't have you causing disorder in my house. She points at me. You should know that as long as you give up, I won't stay silent and you'll wish I was dead. I snarl. I think the smart thing to do is to send more people to look. Xuan says, I thought you hated him. Vittoria asks. I do, he replies. But losing a loved one isn't something I'd wish upon anyone, especially not Dilia. He looks at me and smiles softly. I wipe my eyes and smile back. I'll send some people in an hour, she mutters. Now get out of my office. Alessandro wheels me out and Zoya, Xuan, and Lorenzo follow us. I'd like to go to my room, please, I say. Don't you want to eat with us? He asks. I'd like to be alone for a bit, I reply, looking at my arms. That's fine, Alessandro replies. We get in the elevator and he takes me to my room. He lets me go in and shuts the door behind him. I wheel myself to my bed and put my walking stick beside my nightstand. I crawl onto my bed and start sobbing into the pillows. I curl into a ball and wipe my nose with my sleeve. He's not dead. There's no evidence for it. There's still hope, but my heart still hurts whenever his name is mentioned. I try and take deep breaths and try to think positively. If he's dead, I don't know what I'll do. I need to get my mind off this. I sit up and wipe my eyes. I grab my walking stick. Let's see if this works. I stand on my left leg and use my walking stick to stabilize myself. I slowly put my right leg down and put some pressure on it. My knee hurts momentarily, but I start limping with my walking stick. I limp to my wardrobe opposite my room. Thankfully, I feel almost perfect. I open the door to my room and walk out into the next room, Andria's room. I limp in and go straight to his wardrobe. I open it up and his scent hits me. I try not to cry and pick up 3 of his hoodies and 2 pairs of sweatpants. I pick up 1 of his silver chains. I flatten them under my arm and walk to my room. I put on his black hoodie, which is 2 sizes too big, and put on his grey sweatpants. I roll them up by the waist to see my feet. I take off my necklace that I was wearing for our date and put on his chain. I realize I smell like him. I'm praying to God that he's okay. Please, God, let him be Let him come home to me. I need him to come to me. I go out of my room and take the elevator to the kitchen. Mimi is sitting at a table speaking to Alessandro. I'm sure he's filling her in with what happened. Terzo, Zoya, Matteo, and Lorenzo are playing cards in the corner. Xuan is smoking next to one of the big windows. When I walk in, everyone turns to me. You okay? Terzo asks. Yeah, I say quietly, nodding. I open the fridge and take out a packet of strawberries. I wash them and Xuan beckons me to the seat next to him. I go sit next to him. I'm not going to distance myself from everyone. I need to be strong. Chapter 53. Xuan beckons me to the seat next to him. I go and sit there. How you holding up? He asks. Are you still oak? Yup, I reply, stuffing my face with strawberries. What are you gonna do today? He asks. I want to get a tattoo, but I can't exactly drive there. So I'll drive you, Xuan says. Really? I ask, not hiding the tone of surprise. Yeah, the mood in this house is kind of depressing anyways. He puts out his cigarette. And didn't you say I should try be less selfish? He stands up and I follow him. We'll be back soon, I say to everyone. Don't do anything stupid, Zoya says. Or illegal, Lorenzo adds. I won't be the one cleaning up your mess, Xuan, Alora says. We're going to be absolutely fine. He sighs. He grabs my arm and we walk out of the house together. We walk towards his silver Mercedes and get inside. Xuan drives us to the tattoo parlor. What are you getting? He asks as we walk inside. Nothing with any value to you, I reply. Xuan shrugs and sits down in one of the chairs. How can I help you? The tattoo woman asks. I'd like to get a tattoo, I reply. What one? She asks. I take a piece of paper from the desk and write something down. Are you sure that's what you want? She asks, concerned. Yeah, I reply. It has a lot of sentimental value to me. The woman nods and takes me to the tattoo chair. I roll up the sleeve of my hoodie and extend my arm out. After a while, she's finally done with the tattoo. She puts some gauze on it and wraps it up. It'll take 3 days to heal. I pay the woman and walk back to Xuan. Can I see what you got? He asks. I show him my arm, and on my wrist are the words, brick by brick. That's the weirdest tattoo I've ever seen, he says as we walk out of the parlor. I like it a lot. I reply with a small smile. Can we grab something from Starbucks before we go home? I ask. Yeah, why not? He sighs. We walk into the store and I order my usual caramel frappe with extra caffeine. Xuan orders matcha tea and a water bottle. What's up with you and Alora? I asks as the man prepares our drinks. Nothing, he replies. Come on, I say. He'd have to be blind not to notice the tension between you two. Fine, there's something, he sighs, rubbing his forehead. We get our drinks and go sit at a table. A couple years ago, Alora and I met at a mission. Xuan explains. She was working for this Mafia and I was working for the enemy. Our plan was to take out Andria and I was used. He says, I had to win over Alora until I could assassinate him. And what did you do? I ask. I started dating Alora and fell in love with her during the months of planning for Andria's death. He sighs. When it came down to the day he had to die, I didn't have it in me because I knew it would hurt Alora. He pauses and runs a hand through his messy hair. He takes a deep breath and continues. At the end of the day, it would never work out, and I was heavily reminded of that. He says, I had to do what needed to be done and then forget about her. The mission went south, and of course it failed. I lost my family's appreciation for me and Alora's trust and love on the same day. He sighs. Wow. Poi. I breathe. I didn't know it was so complicated. But now I'm trying to win her back. I will do everything to win her back. He laughs. That's really sweet, I reply. It's the least I can do after nearly killing someone who's like a brother to her. He says. We finish our drinks and get up to leave. When we exit Starbucks, we bump into two familiar people. Look who it is, Zoe says, and she's with her new boy toy. If Zoe appearing isn't bad enough, she's joined by her older brother Raphael. He gives me a soft smile, which I return. Are you deaf? Zoe snaps. Oh, fuck off, Blondie. I roll my eyes. I'm not in the mood for this. Is Andria not good enough for the rich bitch anymore? She asks innocently. This new boy is really good looking though. She winks at him. Xuan gives her a disgusted look, as if she was something he found under his shoe. Zoe, that's enough. Raphael says. Oh, shut up. She snaps. What cat got your tongue? She asks, pushing me. My back hits Xuan's front. That's it. I launch at her. I pull her hair and start punching her face. She's screaming and clawing at my arms. I pull her head up and bring it down on my knee. I hear the bones in her nose crack. I guess Daddy's gonna have to pay for your nose job. I snarl. She tries to grab my hair but doesn't realize that it's not long anymore, so she misses. I put her in a headlock and floor her .u. Xuan grabs me and Raphael put his hands out to stop me. I push them both away and sit on Zoe. My knee hurts, but I ignore it. I start punching her hard, releasing all my built-up emotions over the last couple days. Xuan grabs me again and drags me off her. You're fucking insane. Zoe slurs, as Raphael helps her up. Blood gushes down her face. One of her eyes is completely purple. I keep telling you not to test me. I snap. We need to get you to a hospital, Raphael says. He looks at me and awkwardly smiles. It was nice seeing you again, he says. You too, I reply. He walks off with Zoe, who's struggling to stay upright. Mum told you that your mouth would get you into serious trouble one day, he sighs. You are crazy, Xuan laughs, finally letting go of me. Now I see why you're Andria's type. My face drops, and I look down at my bruised knuckles. I'm sorry, Xuan says, realizing why I'm upset. Let's get you home and cleaned up. We walk back to his car, and he drives us home. Chapter 54. So you went absolutely insane on her? Lorenzo exclaims, intrigued with what happened when Xuan and I were outside. You're a badass, Tezo adds. I wouldn't say insane, I reply. She was just pissing me off, and I dealt with it maturely. Yeah, real mature of you, Alessandro laughs. You should have seen how this girl can fight, Xuan says. Even with her injured leg, that's my Dilia, Mimi says. She's been able to fight since she could walk. I'm back and I have a surprise, Amira exclaims. Hey Amira, everyone says. She walks into the living room holding a golden retriever puppy. Oh, I say, where did you find it? I found him at a kennel when I was on patrol, she says. He needed a new home, so I thought I'd get him. He's adorable, Lorenzo says. Amira passes him to me. I brought him for you, she says. You've been down lately, so I thought this would make you happier. I give her a big smile. Thank you so much. I say. He's licked me, so I have to shower and change my clothes before I can pray. Amira explains. We'll see you later, Terzo says. Amira leaves, waving at us as she goes. What are you gonna name him? Mimi asks. Dynamite, I say. Dynamite? Alessandra asks, looking confused. Yeah, he looks cuddly, cute, and soft, I explain. So why not give him a name that's the opposite? I shrug. It does have a nice ring to it, Xuan says. Xuan says. Lorenzo nods in reply. I'll go get him some things tomorrow, I say. I pass him to Xuan, who stands there stunned, not knowing what to do. I open the cabinet and take out a bottle of red wine. I open it up and drink it from the bottle. Don't drink too much, Sawyer says, walking in. I really need this, I say, taking another drink. I'll be upstairs if anyone needs me. I take Dynamite from Xuan and make my way to my room. I get to my room and slump down on my bed. Dynamite pads himself to the pillow next to me and slumps down. I take some more drinks and scroll on my phone. Soon, my eyes start feeling heavy and I put the red wine on my bedside table. I snuggle up to Dynamite and fall asleep. I wake up to Dynamite licking my face. You, stop, I mumble, softly pushing him away. He barks twice and I sigh. I get up and stretch. I walk to my bathroom and wash my face to freshen up. I grab the wine on my bedside table and drink from it downstairs. I walk into the living room and everyone's sitting there. They all stare at me as I walk in. Nice of you to join us, Vittoria says. I go over and stand by the window. As you all know, I've sent team after team of people to look for Andria, she explains. Yeah, after you saw me have a breakdown in front of you, and we've gotten some results, she says. I don't think I'm going to like this. What happened? Alora asks. The next 2 words, she says, kill me. Andria is dead, she says. The wine bottle in my hand drops and crashes to the floor, shards everywhere. I think I lose the ability to stand. I'm screaming, I'm crying. I'm screaming so much that my throat is starting to hurt. Xuan comes next to me and stables me. I cling onto him for support and start sobbing. Everyone's voices is muffled, but I can hear people shouting. How do you know? Alessandra asks. His chain that he was wearing that day was found with blood all over it, Vittoria explains. The Ravens had taken him captive and we just got a report that they killed him. That's bullshit, Zoya yells. I'm crying even more, and Xuan and I are rocking back and forth, trying to calm me. They wanted to finish off what Xuan couldn't do, Vittoria says sadly. I look around the room. Alora's burst into tears, and Mimi's comforting her. Amira is shocked into silence, and Terzo looks angry. Lorenzo is shouting, and so is Alessandro. Zoya's trying to calm herself down but fails, and Matteo looks like he will pass out. I don't think I've stopped screaming. I can taste my tears in my mouth, and I try to stand up, but I can't. Don't let this be true, I mutter. Please. Don't let this be true, I scream. It's going to be okay, Xuan says, rubbing my back as I cry into him. They've given us his body, Vittoria says. His funeral will be in a couple days. These 5 minutes that have just passed have broke my world apart. Who knew that could happen in such little time? Xuan helps me stand up, and my eyes are blurred with the amount of tears coming out. He can't be dead, I mutter. He promised me. Unfortunately, I don't think that's something he could control, Vittoria says tonelessly. Her careless tone fills me with anger. I grab the gun out of Xuan's waistband and cock it. I immediately place it on Vittoria's forehead. Hey, calm down, Dilia, Lorenzo says, standing up. This is your fault. I snarl. If you didn't give that blonde woman a chance to escape, Andria would be here right now, with me. Why did you let her go? Amira asks. Her and her comrades weren't giving up any information, so it was pointless to keep them here, she explains calmly. How could you be so calm about that? Terzo asks. They know where we live. Zoya adds. Vittoria doesn't say anything. You disgust me. I snap. I raise the gun and hit her with the end of it. She pulls out her own gun and presses it to my chest. You won't disrespect me in my own house. She snarls. Alessandro grabs the gun off her and stands in front of me. Zoya and Lorenzo join him. Shoot her, you shoot us. Lorenzo says. No one will harm Dilia, Alessandro says. I'll promise you that. I agree with him. Xuan says from next to me. Vittoria grabs her gun and walks out of the room. I'm so sorry for that mess, I say, signaling to the red wine on the floor. It's fine, I'll clean it up, Amira says. You need to rest, Mimi says. I'll come check up on you soon. I nod my head and smile sheepishly. I return to my bedroom and see Dynamite waiting for me on my bed. I grab a pillow and start crying. A heart-wrenching scream escapes my lips and I try to stifle my sobs. Just like that. He's taken from me, he's gone, forever. Chapter 55. Someone knocks on my door. Who is it? I ask. My voice is muffled by the pillow I'm laying my face in. I hear it open up. Hey, it's me, Mimi, she says. Hey, Mimi, I reply. How are you holding up? She asks. You've been alone for the past 6 hours. I'm sure that's unhealthy. Not well, I say. I look at her. My eyes are red and puffy and my face is wet from tears. Dynamite barks softly and cuddles into my arm. Mimi comes and sits next to me. She hugs me, and I cuddle into her. She's like my older sister, the only type of family I have left. Mimi, if I didn't leave him, he would still be alive. I cry. He would be here with me. It's not your fault. She rubs my back. He wanted you to be safe. But now he has to pay the price for it. I mutter. He would much rather it be him than you, Mimi says. And you know that, Dilia. I silently cry into her chest, and my hand brushes over her baby bump. Do you know the gender yet? I ask. No, but Alessandra and I are going for a scan on Saturday. She replies. I want you to have the gender and prepare the reveal for us. Are you serious? I ask. Yeah, you're going to be the godmother after all. She smiles down at me. Mimi, you're the best. And it's true. She's always been there for me. Since we went to the private school, all the way until now. She kisses my forehead and rubs my back. Everything's going to be okay, she says. Everything's going to be just fine. I should probably freshen up, I say. Yeah, I'll be downstairs if you need me, she replies. I smile at Mimi and she gives me a smile back. She leaves the room and I start filling up the bathtub. I let myself relax in the warm water for a few minutes before washing myself. When I finally get out, I look in the mirror and see how puffy my eyes are. I dry myself off and put on another hoodie of Andria's with some shorts underneath. I start drying my hair when there's a knock on my door. I open it up and see Xuan holding a bowl of chocolate-covered strawberries, and Alora is holding a plate of brownies with him. My heart drops. Andria didn't get to taste my brownies again. Can we come in? Xuan asks. Sure, I reply. They walk in and sit on my bed. I join them. I baked these myself. Alora says, handing me the plate. Xuan hands me the strawberries and I give him a grateful smile. A moment of silence passes through us and I start eating the brownies. Xuan had something he wants to say, Alora explains as she picks up Dynamite and puts him on her lap. What is it? I ask through a mouthful of brownie. It's about Andria, he says. Suddenly, the brownie gets harder to chew and my eyes start watering. I nod, signaling him to go along and not trusting myself enough to speak. I know the ravens. Xuan says. Xuan says, I was raised with them. What's his point? He knows how they act in certain situations, especially when a hostage is involved. Alora explains. The ravens would never ever kill someone without talking about ransom, he says. They would send a video, a piece of their body to get what they want. Meaning, killing someone in silence isn't something they'd do. Alora add. My heart stops for a second. Meaning Andria could still be alive, I breathe. Yes, there's an extremely small possibility that he might be alive. Xuan says. I gasp. What about the body? I ask. That's where it gets difficult. Alora says. We need to see the body ourselves. Xuan says. It should be here in a few days. Alora says. We'll ask Vittoria if we can look at it. She's not going to let me, I reply. Of course she will. You're his girlfriend. Xuan says. Xuan says. Just be strong, Dilia, Alora says, hugging me. We're going to have a movie night if you want to join us. Xuan asks, are there going to be more brownies? I ask, looking down at my half-empty plate. Yeah, there'll be plenty. Alora laughs. Dynamite jumps from Alora's lap and onto Xuan. I think he likes you, I say. Me and dogs aren't compatible, he says nervously. Alora laughs and I smile softly. As we said, come down and join us when you're ready, Xuan says. Xuan says, I will, I reply. They leave, letting me keep the food they brought up. I rest back on my bed and feel tears starting to form. I take a couple deep breaths. I can't just stay here sulking and crying. I need to be strong. Andria would want me to be strong. I look down at the tattoo on my wrist and smile. I know he'll always be with me. I pick myself off my bed and pick up Dynamite. He starts licking my neck and I laugh. I go to the kitchen to get another wine bottle and see Xuan smoking. How many of those do you take? I ask. 15-20 a day, he replies, letting out some smoke. You know that's not healthy, I say. Neither is drowning your sorrows with wine. He replies. Fair enough, I say. Dynamite barks, and I put him down. I start walking out. I never wanted him dead, Xuan says. What? I reply, turning around and seeing him let out another cloud of smoke. I never wanted to kill him, and I never wanted him dead. He repeats. I'm sad about his death too. Oh, I mumble, looking down. Even though he was the biggest pain in my ass? Xuan laughs awkwardly. I nod quietly, scared that if I talk, I might break down. You're going to get through this? He says, putting out his cigarette and coming next to me. We all will. I nod and wipe my eyes. I pick up Dynamite and we make our way to the cinema room. Everyone else is already there. Matteo is still pale. Processing this information will be hard on him. He just lost his older brother. Amira is nibbling on her lip. I see the cracked skin where she was previously biting. Zoya, her head is bent and she looks like she's praying. Terzo sits silently next to her. Mimi is zoned out and Alessandro sits next to her. Lorenzo walks towards me and pulls me into a hug. I'm so sorry, Dilia, he says. It's not your fault, I reply. If we arrived earlier, we could have found him, he says, his voice cracking. I look him in the eyes. This was nobody's fault. I say sternly, not mine, and definitely not yours. He smiles and clears his throat. I take my seat and cover myself in the blanket. Dynamite barks and sits on my lap, letting me stroke him. If only I believed what I told Lorenzo. Chapter 56. I abruptly wake up screaming. Dynamite barks from beside me, scared. I feel my face and it's wet. I've been crying again. I look around me and Dynamite keeps on barking. How did I get into my room? I had the worst nightmare. Andria and I were in the forest running and saw him get killed right before my eyes. It felt like I was tied up and couldn't do anything about it. I just had to watch him die. Terzo bursts into my room with a gun and my room is engulfed in night. What happened? Are you okay? He asks, worried. Yeah, just a nightmare, I reply. Terzo sighs in relief. How did I get here? You fell asleep during the movie again, he explains. Xuan helped take you to your room. Oh, okay, I sigh. I'm gonna go back to sleep now. I lay back on my bed. You know it's morning, right? Terzo asks, walking over to my curtains and opening them. I was going down to breakfast before I heard you screaming, he explains. Oh, ok, I'll be down in a second, I say, stretching. Take your time, he replies. He leaves the room and closes the door behind him. I get up and freshen up in the toilet. I wash my face with cold water, cooling myself down. My eyes are less puffy, but still a little sore and red. I brush my teeth and brush through my hair. I spray some perfume and make my way downstairs with Dynamite. I enter the kitchen and everyone's sitting at the long table. Matteo looks at me and immediately looks away. Alessandro is making everyone breakfast. Is there any food for Dynamite? I ask. No, I don't think so, Zoya replies. I grab a mug from the cupboard and Xuan walks in and slams a bag onto the table. Food for the little dog, he says. I look at him shocked. You did say I should try being selfless. He shrugs. Someone's growing a soft spot for the dog, Amira laughs. Alora looks at him admiringly. Shut up, Xuan grumbles. I grab 2 bowls and fill one with water and the other with dog food. I place it on the floor and Dynamite happily runs to it. I take a seat next to Mimi. What are we eating? I ask. He's making us a special omelette, Lorenzo replies. Andria taught me this recipe, Alessandro says. As soon as he's mentioned, everyone goes quiet. Amira bows her head. So what's everyone's plan for today? Zoya asks. Vittoria enters the kitchen and pours herself a mug of coffee. All of you eat and then come to the hospital wing, she says. You too, Matteo. Yes, boss, everyone says together. Her eyes linger on me for a second too long before she walks out. Alessandro places a plate in front of everyone and the omelette smells so nice. Coffee or orange juice? He asks. Coffee, please, I reply. Terzo, Alora and Matteo ask for orange juice and everyone else has coffee. We quickly eat and do our dishes. One thing I love about the Giovannis is that even though they have maids, they'll never be careless with their mess. We all go to the hospital and see Vittoria standing by the doors. The body has come in, she says. Mimi intertwines her fingers with mine and squeezes my hand, reassuring me that everything is going to be okay. If we all go in at once, this will be extremely overwhelming. she explains. She wiped her eyes. Xuan, Alora, and Tezo, you may see the body of our deceased Andria, she says, bowing her head. I sit down on the floor and start chewing my lip anxiously. I play with the promise ring Andria gave me. It takes them 15 minutes before they come out again. Alora is in tears and Xuan is comforting her. Tezo's face gives away nothing. I quickly get up. Is it him? I ask. They don't say anything. God damn it, tell me, I exclaim. Xuan looks me straight in the eye. He swallows something in his throat. It's him. It's Andria, he says. I push past Vittoria and burst into the room. A body is covered on the bed. I rip back the cover and my heart drops. I stumble backwards. I feel like I'm going to vomit. I swear I'm going to pass out. Andria's limp, lifeless body is maimed. His face has scars all over it and half is burnt off. His forehead has a gaping bullet hole in it. His face is fleshy and bloody. I check his hands. His promise ring is still on. The skin on his hands looks like it was melted off. What did they do to you? I mutter, tears rolling down my face. He has scars all over his arms. His chest looks like it was cut 1,000,000 times in different ways. The stench of blood makes me want to vomit. I start sobbing so hard. I clasp my hand over my mouth trying to stifle my sobs. The last flame of hope inside of me has been extinguished. I'm on the floor sobbing, trying to collect myself. He's gone. He's gone and it's all my fault. I should never have left him. Dilia, get up please, Xuan says. I turn to him and sob even harder. He hugs me and tries to calm me down. Xuan, he's gone, I cry. I know, he says. He's gone forever, I cry, gripping onto him for support. I'm so sorry, he says. I need you to stand up. Xuan helps me to my feet and my eyes are blurry. I can't stop crying. This is all my fault, I say. It's not, Xuan replies. I continue crying as Xuan helps me out of the room. We walk straight past everyone. I let go of him and wipe my eyes. I'm going to be fine, I say. Stop lying to yourself. He replies. Everyone can see that you're going to break down whenever we look your way. That's not true. I snap, wiping my face. We must be careful not to mention Andria, because it triggers you. He continues. I don't need your help, Xuan, I say. I can deal with this by myself. I walk away from him and make my way to the kitchen. Xuan follows me. I take another bottle of wine out of the cupboard and pick up Dynamite. You're locking yourself and that dog out of the world, he snaps. That's not true, I reply. You haven't stepped out properly since the accident, he says. For God's sake, you haven't even tried going to school. I'm going through so much, I say. So are we, but at least we're making an effort to be there for each other. Xuan says. Just stop pushing us away. I'm going to my room now, I say. Xuan walks to me and takes Dynamite out of my arms. I'm going to take care of him until you're mentally ready, he says. I open up the bottle of wine and take a huge gulp of it. I walk back upstairs to my room and lock the door behind me. I fall onto my bed and just let out everything I've been keeping inside. Chapter 57. I've decided that getting drunk is the smartest way for me to cope. But this red wine doesn't do much. I haven't stopped crying since I've locked myself in my room. The curtains are closed and I have no idea what time it is. I've passed out 6 times in the past 4 hours and feel like I can't breathe. My head is pounding and I look around for my phone. I can't feel it. I realize that I still haven't had a chance to get it replaced. I need to do that soon. I reach for the bottle of wine and pick it up. To my luck, it's empty. It's gotten to a point where I've given up wiping my eyes and cheeks. They just get wet again 2 seconds later. My eyes are so sore. I drag myself off my bed and put my shoes on. I grab my credit card and put it in my pocket. I unlock my door and go downstairs. Luckily, no bodies in the kitchen. I open the cupboard and take out the tequila. I pour half of it in a water bottle and put it back in its place. I open the front door and walk, expecting someone to see me. Luckily, I'm not that drunk, and my leg feels better so I can leave the house. I start walking away from the house and down the tunnel to reach the city's main part. It takes me a 45-minute walk. I drink some of the tequila and continue walking. I walk to the Apple store and step inside. I walk past the table full of phones. How can I help you? A woman asks. I squint when I look at her, trying to focus on her face. Could I get the iPhone 11 Pro Max, please? I slightly slur at the end of the sentence. What color? She asks. Silver. Could I get a SIM card with that? I ask. She goes behind the desk and quickly returns with the phone. That'll be 1867, she says. Cash or card? Card, I reply, taking a gulp of tequila. It stings the back of my throat, but I ignore it. I pay for my phone and the lady wishes me a good day. I walk out of the store and walk further down the street. I'm closing my bottle when I bump into a hard chest. A familiar minty smell hits me, and I look up. Hey, Raphael says. Hey, I say. I take another gulp of tequila. Are you alright? He asks. Yeah, I'm fine. I slur. Raphael looks at me concerned and takes my bottle out of my hand. He sniffs it and his eyebrows crinkle. Tequila? He asks. What's going on, Dilia? He empties my bottle down the drain. I was going to drink that. I slur, I try, walk away but stumble over my own feet and fall face first into his chest. Raphael wraps his arms around me and helps me up. Let me take you home, he says. You're clearly too drunk. No, I'm not. I snap. My head really hurts. Why would that guy let you out by yourself like this? He mutters. What's his name? Adrian. Andria, I reply before bursting into tears. Oh my God, what happened? He asks. Did he break up with you? No, I reply, shaking my head. Then what is it? He asks. I can't help but feel a certain comfort around Raphael. We get into his car and he turns to look at me. He doesn't. Dot hit you. Does he? He asks, looking concerned. No, definitely not, I reply. Then what is it? You have to tell me so I can help you. He says. Andria died. I cry. Suddenly, I feel vomit build at the back of my throat as I remember how his body looked. I open the door of the car and vomit on the floor outside. Raphael hands me a box of tissues when I collect myself. Raphael looks shocked. He swallows before saying something. How? He asks. How did he die? I can't tell him the truth, so I try and fabricate some lie, which is hard when you're drunk and your head won't stop hurting. Car crash, I reply. He was coming back at night. I'm so sorry, he mutters. He pulls me into a tight hug, and his scent comforts me. I'll be fine, I slur. I found a way of coping. Raphael starts his car and drives off. Getting drunk isn't a healthy coping mechanism. He sighs. Zoe told me that you haven't attended school for about 3 weeks. Or she talks about me. I hiccup. Cute. So, you should go back soon. Apparently your friends are worried. They've had no way to contact you. He explains. Yeah, I will if I feel like it. I slur. He drives me towards my old house, and I realise he doesn't know I moved in with the Giovannis. Let me help you in, he says, parking in my driveway. He gets out of the car and opens the door for me. I try to stand up, but I'm too tired to move. Raphael picks me up, puts my arm around his neck, helping me walk to my door. The key is under the plant pot, I say. He unlocks the door and we walk in. I realised the last time I was here was when my mum came to California. I plop down on the couch and rest my head on a pillow. Raphael disappears and returns with a bottle of water and migraine tablets. You know you owe me like half a bottle of tequila. I slur. Yeah, I'm not giving you alcohol. He laughs. I take the tablets and drink nearly all the water. Should I stay? He asks. I'll be fine, I reply. Okay, he writes down his number on paper. Call me for anything, and I mean anything. Thanks, I say. Raphael leaves and I hear the door slam behind him. The room starts spinning and I black out. Chapter 58. I wake up and the last thing I remember is Raphael giving me medicine. I look around, see that I'm still on my couch. I take a deep breath and ignore the pounding in my head. I walk to the kitchen and splash my face with cold water. I look at my new phone and open it up. I insert the SIM card. I look at the number on a piece of paper next to the box of my phone. I insert the number and text it. Me, hey Raphael, how are you doing? Me, good. I just woke up. Raphael, do you want me to come round? Me, I'll be fine, don't worry. Raphael, okay, well you have my number if you need anything. The last message comes through and I close my phone. I put it in the pocket of Andria's hoodie and walk around the house. I know it's not good, but I remember Mimi having a stash of tequila somewhere. I go into the kitchen, check the cupboard under the sink and find it. I check the expiry date and see that it has a couple months left. Shame of it to go to waste. I ditch the idea of a cup and drink straight from the bottle. I walk back to the living room and pull up the hood of my hoodie. I can't help but burst into tears. I miss him. I miss him so much. I miss his warmth. I miss his laugh. I miss the fact that he loved Tinkerbell. I take a gulp of tequila and cradle my knees to my chest. I need to stop locking people out. I need to let them help me. I feel like the walls are closing in on me. I smell Andria's aftershave, as if he was right here next to me. I try, take a deep breath, but struggle heavily. I'm sobbing and hyperventilating. My heart starts beating hard against my chest. I look down at my hands and wipe the sweat against my knees. I keep trying to breathe and my chest hurts so much. I'm still crying heavily and my hands are shaking. I start rocking back and forth, trying to calm myself down. I hear the front doors lock open and Alessandro, Mimi, Lorenzo and Xuan burst into the living room. I look up at them. "Oh, Dilia," Mimi gasps. Lorenzo hugs me and I cry into him. "Just breathe," Xuan says, sitting next to me. "She's having a panic attack." Mimi says, "Get her some water." Alessandro runs to the kitchen and comes back. Xuan takes my hands in his. "Come on, look at me, Dilia." I look at him and concern is etched into his face. Lorenzo takes the water bottle and helps me drink from it. "We're here to help you," Xuan says. He cradles my head to his chest and I cling onto him. He presses his forehead to mine and rubs my back. "You're strong, Dilia. Stronger than you know," he says reassuringly. "You're going to get through this and I'll be with you every step of the way." I drink more water and finally stop shaking. Xuan helps me stand up with Lorenzo supporting me from the back. I feel dizzy and cling to Xuan. "Don't worry, I've got you," he says. "Let's get you home," Alessandro says. They help me leave my house and Mimi closes the door behind us. We get into a black Rolls Royce. Alessandro is driving with Mimi next to him. I sit next to Xuan and rest my head on his shoulder. He wraps his arm around me and gives me a little squeeze. I let out a heart-wrenching sob and gasp for air. I start breathing normally after a while. Everything's going to fine. Lorenzo smiles softly. I can barely think straight, but I squeeze my eyes shut and try to block the world out. I wipe my eyes and nose. "Where were you guys?" I ask. "How did you know I was out?" "Zoya, Tezo, and Amira went to the training base." Alessandro explains. "That's how they're coping. Alora and I took Dynamite on a walk." Lorenzo says. "Xuan, Alessandro and I went to the pet shop." Mimi says, signaling to the back of the car. "It's filled with dog food, toys, and a bed. Matteo came to check up on you and you were gone," Xuan says. Xuan says, "Mimi said that the only place you would go is your old home." Alessandro adds. Lorenzo hands me the bottle of water and I drink from it. We finally reach the mansion and we all get out. Lorenzo and Alessandro take out the shopping from the pet store. We walk into the house and I take a bottle of water out of the fridge. "How about we all sit together and stay up all night when Zoya, Terzo, and Amira return?" Mimi suggests. "We can get takeout and play games," Lorenzo adds. "Yeah, that'll be fun," I reply. "Let's prepare the living room for that," Xuan says. Alessandro and Lorenzo follow Xuan to the basement. Mimi and I make our way to the kitchen and she gives me a sympathetic smile. "You know we need to spend more time together," she says. "Yeah, we've both been really preoccupied." I laugh. "Promise me and thing," she says. "Yeah? No matter how hard it gets, never get drunk to hide your feelings," she says. "Promise you'll come find me, Xuan, or even Lorenzo." I let out a deep breath. "I promise," I reply. "Good." She comes over to me and hugs me. Terzo, Amira, and Zoya walk in. "Hey guys," Amira says. "Hey," I reply. "We're getting everything ready because we're all going to be in the living room together." Mimi explains. "Zoya, Amira, can you go help the boys in the basement?" Mimi asks. "Sure," they say. "Terzo, get over here and help us make some snacks." "Yes, ma'am," he says, saluting. I laugh as I take a bag of nacho chip out of the snack cupboard. Chapter 59. I carry a plate of drinks and place it on the living room table. Amira carried up some spare mattresses, helped by Lorenzo. Zoya and Xuan brought up pillows and blankets while Alessandro found the games. Terzo ordered us some pizzas and Mimi and I made nachos. It's funny that I've never seen everyone in their pajamas. They look so comfortable and relaxed, which is false. They're probably strapped with guns and knives. "Want some?" I ask, giving the bowl of nachos to Matteo. "Yes, please," he says. His eyes are puffy and mine. At least him and I are in the same boat. Xuan signals me to sit on the mattress next to him. I go and join him. "Okay, let's start," Alessandro says, while shuffling the Uno cards. He gives us all 8 cards each and puts one down from the pile. We go clockwise from him, so Terzo is next, then Alora, then Zoya, then me, then Xuan, then Amira, then Matteo and Lorenzo, and lastly Mimi. I look down at my cards and I have 3 block cards, 2 +4s, and the rest are blue and red numbers. Zoya puts down a red 0 and I put down a red block. Xuan glares at me. We skip his go and it goes to Amira. Amira puts down a red 9 and Matteo puts down a +4. That's mean, Lorenzo says as he picks up 4 new cards. We keep going around, and I give Xuan a +4. He puts down a +4, meaning I have to pick up 8. I put down another one, and he has to pick up 12 cards. A game's a game. I laugh. This is why I never play Uno. He grumbles. I pick up a slice of pizza and eat it. We keep going around, losing track of time when Matteo says, Uno, he has 1 card left. Everyone's going to be after you. Mimi laughs. She puts down a blue reverse card, meaning it's Lorenzo's turn. Lorenzo puts down a blue +2. Luckily, Matteo's last card is a red +2. Unluckily, Lorenzo puts down 2 more +2s and says, Uno, he's won. Matteo's mouth is hung open as he picks up 6 new cards. Play the game, or the game plays you. He laughs. Not fair, Amira says. I should have won. I think I deserve to win, Terzo says. Zoya puts her cards down and crosses her arms. This is going to get boring now, she says. How about we tell scary stories? Yes, Alora exclaims. I collect up all the cards and we move the snacks and food to the center of the table. Who wants to go first? She asks. Me, I reply. I smirk at Mimi. You probably know this one already. Is it the dorm one? She asks, and I nod in reply. Okay. I was asleep in my dorm on top of my bunk bed, and I looked at my door open a crack. I explain. I see this black figure wearing a white veil that illuminates the corridor, and it walks towards my room. Shit, Terzo says. That's not all. It was calling my name. I shiver. With every step, it would just say, Dilia, Dilia, in like a really deep, raspy, scary voice. And what happened next? Alora asks. I tried to move around, but felt chained to my bed. I continue. Luckily, my phone was next to me, so I pressed record and fell asleep. But when I woke up and played back the recording, there was nothing there. What do you mean? Xuan asks. It was dead silent. Ah, I say, turning to him. When she told me about this, I laughed, Mimi adds. Our friends said they were pranking me. I roll my eyes. But I swear to God, that entire school was haunted. Amira shivers, and Lorenzo smiles at her. Ya Allah, let all evil stay away from us, she prays. Amen, sister, Zoya says. That's too scary for my liking, Alora laughs. Anyone else? Me, Amira says. This was after my mum died, and my dad put me into foster care and made me repay all his debt, she explains. I was sleeping in the foster home, and the teenagers shared a room with 5 other people, she explains. We each had a shelf with our things on it. I look at Lorenzo and see him listening to her every word intensely. One night I woke up and looked at one of the kids' shelves and something was moving on it, she says. It had horn-like things on its head and was making chittering noises. I ain't messing around with shit like that, Terzo says. I turned around, trying to get back to sleep, and in the morning something hard hit my back and woke me up, she continues. I thought it was one of the kids, but the entire room was empty. Everyone is shocked into silence after that. Matteo looks mortified. I think that's enough stories for tonight, Mimi laughs awkwardly. We have a big day ahead of us tomorrow and should all get some sleep. Everyone agrees with her and we start getting our places ready. Mimi takes a couch for herself and Alessandro puts a mattress next to her for him to sleep on. He makes sure that she's comfortable and covered before getting himself ready. Lorenzo was going to take the other couch, but gives it to Amira. I don't want you to be uncomfortable, I hear him say. He takes a mattress next to her. Alora gets herself ready and so does Matteo. Zoya and Terzo got lucky and share one of the wider mattresses. There's one mattress left. Take it, Xuan says. Are you sure? I ask. Don't worry about me. I need to go smoke anyways. He shrugs. I plump up my pillows and lay my head down. This night was a good distraction for all of us, especially Matteo and I. I feel like we've taken this news the hardest and tomorrow will be harder. Tomorrow is his funeral. I take a deep breath and try not to focus on it too much. I don't want to have another panic attack and scare everyone. I soon doze off, letting my dreams consume me. Chapter 60. I straighten out the blazer of my white suit. I've decided to wear white since Andria and I have always been each other's opposites. He's going to be dressed in black today too. Like yin-yang, salt and pepper, and chess pieces. My white Lamborghini to match his black one. It just works. This is one of his suits, and I've decided to pay a tribute to him. I wear one of his silver chains around my neck and slip on some of his rings. I spray some Baccarat Rouge perfume and brush out my hair. I haven't worn makeup in ages, so I put some on. I've also added some hair extensions. I apply some lip gloss and take a deep breath. I'm going to be facing everyone in this mafia. All of the vipers, and I will stand out the most. I slip on my white heels and look in the mirror. I'm surprised I've kept it together for this long, but I don't want to jinx myself. I silence my phone and slip it into my pocket. I put Dynamite on a leash and we walk out of my room together. When I step outside of the house, I see cars lined up. One red Chevrolet, one white Ferrari, a black Maybach, a white Volvo, and a red Toyota. Which one has Andria in it? I ask. Alessandro points to the left and a long, sleek black funeral car is parked and the driver is getting ready to leave. Let's start making our way to the church, Vittoria says, walking out. Her eyes linger on me and she storms off. What's her problem? I follow Xuan into the Maybach and Amira and Lorenzo come with us. Alora, Terzo, Zoya and Mimi get into the white Ferrari and Matteo. Alessandra gets in the Volvo with Vittoria. I hand Dynamite to Lorenzo so I don't get my suit dirty. The bodyguards follow us in their other cars as we drive off. The car drive is about an hour before we reach the destination. Of course, it's in the middle of nowhere. The journey consisted of Xuan keeping his eyes on the road, and the rest of us staring out of the windows in silence, letting ourselves drown in our thoughts. Everyone's car is parked in a straight line. There are about 300 different cars, and they all carry about 7 people. Vittoria greets everyone at the door of the church. Zahira and Chase are here. Zahira is wearing a fitted black dress and a hat with a veil covering her face. I realize that I'm the only one wearing white. She sees me and walks over. She holds my hand, and Chase looks at me sympathetically. Dilia, I'm so sorry for your loss, she says. It's fine, I reply, nibbling on my lip. He was a great soul, Chase adds. Zahira hugs me, says hello, and gives her condolences to Xuan, Amira, and Lorenzo. The car that Alora was in finally parks and she comes out. I see the other girl chosen the same day as me is here. She was wearing a beautiful sari that day. What was her name again? She notices me and walks over. She's wearing a beautiful black suit that complements her brown skin. She added her own touch by wearing beautiful gold jewelry. I never got to introduce myself before, but I'm Georgia Asher, she says, shaking my hand. Dilia Caesar, I reply. My deepest condolences. I never knew Andria that much, but I heard a lot of great things about him. She explains. I smile at her softly. Behind her, I see that Rebecca girl who tried saying Andria had a wandering eye. She's sobbing like she just lost the love of her life. Thank you. She walks away and Xuan turns to me. I think we should make our way in, he says. I take a dead breath and nod. We walk into the church and Andria's coffin is open and at the front. While I walk to the front, everyone stares at me. Some whisper to each other, but I just keep my head held high. Me, Alessandro, Matteo, and Vittoria sit in the front row. I'm right behind you if you need anything. Xuan leans down and whispers. I turn around and smile at him gratefully. When everyone is settled down, the memorial starts. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. Amen. We are gathered here today to mourn the loss of our beloved Andria Giovanni, the priest says. A shocked and stricken world stands helpless before the fact of death. Hat death brought us through a tragically successful assault upon the life of Andria Giovanni. My eyes start watering and I try to keep myself together. I look over at Vittoria and see that she's crying. As I once did. Many of you had the privilege to meet him. He continues, now all of a sudden he's been taken from us, and I dare say we shall never see his like again. I try to fight back tears, but I can't, and they come pouring out. He was a great person and was loved by all of us gathered here today, the priest says. He will be missed dearly. The room erupts into applause, and the priest puts his hands up, silencing us. We are now blessed to listen to a couple eulogies, he explains, starting with the lovely Dilia Caesar. What? Vittoria looks at me, waiting for me to stand up. Chapter 61. I never got told I had to make a speech. I have nothing prepared. I look at Vittoria and she's just waiting for me to go up. I take a deep breath and make my way to the front. I see Andria's body and bite back a sob. Everyone's staring at me and I clear my throat. Good morning. I say, my voice echoing throughout the church. Most of you know me, but if not, I'm Dilia Caesar, Andria's girlfriend. The entire place is silent, and a man coughs. I'm granted the honor to share my thoughts and feelings about Andria today. My voice shakes. I feel a hand on my shoulder and see Xuan and Alessandro standing behind me on my right. To my left, Zoya and Mimi are there. I continue speaking and it comes naturally to me. Andria was my boyfriend, but not only that, he was also my best friend, my confidant, and the love of my life, I say, while tears fall down my cheeks. He was a man who was passionate about the things he loved and hated. I clear my throat again. In his version of how we met, I was head over heels and swooning over him, I say. But in reality, he nearly killed me on my first day at Stamford Hill. I laugh awkwardly. Everyone laughs, and then they fall silent. We would argue, but that's normal, I say. There was never not a time when he wouldn't make it up to me. Every day that we went through, he made sure I wouldn't go through it alone. I sob, my voice cracking. I look down and take a deep breath. You got this, Mimi says, squeezing my shoulder. My last memory of him is one of my best ones. I explain, it where he gave me this ring. I put up my hand. Before, my voice cracks. Before he was taken from me, from us. That's it. I completely break down crying. Xuan puts an arm around me and Alessandro steps forward. He was a great brother, boyfriend, and friend. He finishes my speech. He will be missed by all. Everyone applauds loudly. I can't stop shaking as Xuan takes me back to my seat. Vittoria looks shocked at my speech. I suddenly feel extremely dizzy. Xuan, I need to step outside, I say, tugging on his shirt. Are you alright? He asks. I need to breathe, I gasp. He nods and leads me out of the church as Vittoria takes the stand and starts her speech. We sit down at the church's steps and Xuan doesn't move away. He lets me cry into him, even if it means my makeup is getting everywhere. He rubs my back soothingly. You were really strong up there, he says. Why didn't you tell us you made a speech? I didn't know, I reply. I literally just found out when the priest called my name. That's really weird. He replies. We sit in silence and all you can hear are my cries. I finally collect myself and I look at Xuan's shirt. My foundation and mascara is smudged on it. I'm so sorry, I gasp. It's fine, he laughs. He buttons up his blazer and smiles at me. People leave the church. It's time for the burial. Xuan sighs. We stand up and I link my arm through his. We walk behind the church into an empty, grassy clearing. There are a couple tombstones and we reach the place where Andria is going to be. A couple of men carry Andria's coffin and everyone crowds against the hole in the ground. I feel like my knees will give way, so I cling onto Xuan. He puts his arm around me, supporting me. I've got you, he mumbles. I look around. Alessandro and Mimi are holding hands. Amira is crying into Lorenzo and he's comforting her. Zoya and Terzo have straight faces on. I guess they're trained at hiding their feelings. Allure is comforting Matteo as he cries. They start lowering the casket into the ground and I start sobbing. Zoya steps forward. In life we loved you dearly, in death we love you still. She wiped her eyes. In our hearts you hold a place that no one else can ever fill. They lower his casket into the ground. I swear my legs give way. Xuan, I can't do this, I sob, covering my mouth. I can't do this anymore. It's nearly over, he says. No farewell words were spoken, no time to say goodbye. You were taken from us before we knew it, and only God knows why. Alora says, her voice cracking. Xuan cradles my head into his chest and we fall to the ground. I can't stop the tears falling out. It's hard to turn the page when you know someone won't be in the next chapter, but the story must go on, Zahira says, stepping forward. Xuan and I rock back and forth. I don't care if I'm making a scene. I can't live through this anymore. This is not a goodbye, but a thank you, the priest says. Thank you for coming into our lives and loving us. Thank you for all the memories we won't forget, but will cherish. I crying so much. That's it, they're done. Xuan mumbles, stroking my hair. I see them filling the hole with dirt. He's gone. I cry. I start hyperventilating. I don't know what to do with myself. I'm so lost. Xuan am never going to hear his voice again. I breathe. Why couldn't it be me? Don't say that, Xuan says. People put flowers on Andria's grave. They all start walking to their cars so we can go to the wake. Zahira and Chase are kind enough to have it at their house. One bodyguard takes a gun out of his holster and shoots it into the air 3 times. Everyone else follows his move, signaling that the funeral is over, that he's gone forever, and he's never coming back. Chapter 62. There are so much people here. Nearly everyone came to the wake at Zahira's house. I drink from the tequila in my glass. I'm sitting by myself in the corner of the living room. Half my makeup is gone, and I put my hair into a bun. Everyone went to pay their respects to the Giovannis, and they're all with Vittoria. I'm in no mood for her bullshit. You alright? Zahira asks, walking over to me. I nod my head. Do you want to talk about it? She asks. I shake my head. Well, then I'll leave you to it, she says. Zahira. I say. She turns around to me. Thanks for all this. I say, signaling to the room. No worries. Andria was dear to us, she says. He helped my husband Chase get out of debt. I nod my head and smile. He was always selfless, soft. I drink out of my cup. Is it alright if I get a refill? I ask. Are you sure? She asks. Yeah, I'm limited to 3 to 5 cups daily anyway. I laugh. She takes my glass and refills it for me. Enjoy, she says before walking away. I lean back on the armchair and cross my legs. The atmosphere here is so calming and quiet. Everyone is supporting each other. It's time for us to go, Lorenzo says, walking to me. I get up and drain the last of the tequila in my glass. We thank Zahira for everything and leave, getting into our cars and driving back home. I fall asleep halfway there. I yawn and stretch. Something wet touches my face and I open my eyes to see Dynamite licking me awake. Stop it, boy. I laugh. I get out of my bed and look down at my suit. I fell asleep with it on. Of course I did. I walk over to my vanity and sit down. I take out my hair extensions and open a packet of makeup wipes. I wonder who put me in my bed. I finish wiping off my makeup. I walk over to my huge window and open the curtains, letting light in the room for the first time in ages. I walk into my bathroom and fill the tub up with warm water. I unwrap a cinnamon-scented bath bomb and leave it to dissolve. I neatly hang up my suit. The blazer is clean, but the trousers are dirty. I need to get that dry cleaned. I sit down in the bath and let my joints relax in the warm water. I cry a little bit, but it's fine. It's better if I let my emotions out, rather than leave them locked up. After cleaning myself, I wrap a long brown towel around me and walk back to my room. I take out a baggy shirt and some shorts. I towel dry my hair and pull it back into a ponytail. Come on, Dynamite, I say, opening the door. He jumps from my bed and runs to me. We walk down to the kitchen together. Like usual, Xuan is smoking next to the window. Sawyer, Tezo, and Alora sit at a table. Alora has a bowl of strawberries in front of her, and she's eating away at them. Where's Mimi? I ask. I pick up a box of Fruit Loops. Her and Alessandro went to her ultrasound, Zoya explains. She's finding out the gender of her baby today. I'm praying it's a boy, Tezo says, crossing his fingers. Alora stays quiet and keeps stuffing her face with strawberries. She types away at her computer, not looking up once. What's wrong with Alora? I ask, sitting next to Xuan. Stress eating, he replies, putting out his cigarette. The Italy mission is in 4 weeks and we haven't started planning. We've been extremely sidetracked with everything that's happened, giving the Ravens the upper hand. Amira says, sitting next to me. Vittoria's stressing us all out, Tezo says. Probably a coping method, for one. Yeah, well, she can find another one. Zoya snaps. Stress gives me wrinkles. Wrinkles means I need to get Botox, and Botox means my face could potentially drop. I choke on my cereal and burst out laughing. Huh? You're not wrong, Amira laughs. What's Alora doing now? I ask. Trying to hack into the CCTV of the ballroom, Lorenzo says, grabbing a cup of coffee. We need to map out every exit and every entrance, Xuan says. Lorenzo places a mug of coffee in front of Amira and another in front of Alora. We've been up all night, he explains. Alora and Amira are the co-leaders of our computer hacking group. We specialize in hacking, of course, but we know how to fight and use a gun, just as a precaution. Amira adds, I didn't realize there are so many different groups in the Mafia. I thought they all just fight. What do you specialize in? I ask Xuan. I'm a con artist. He replies calmly. My mouth falls open, and so is Zoya over here, he adds. You and I are very different, Zoya snaps. How do we know you're not conning us? I ask. Oh my god, he mutters. Have I not been trustworthy? This asshole is growing on me, Tezo says. I guess we can trust him now. Tezo and I are more combat associated, Lorenzo explains. And me? I ask. You're in the middle of con artist and combat, he replies. Welcome to the club. Xuan pays my back. You're going to be conning the leader of the Ravens. Zoya says. We're back, Mimi exclaims, walking into the kitchen. What's the gender? Tezo asks. We don't know, Alessandro replies. He hands me an envelope. Only Dilia knows, Mimi smiles. It's up to her if she wants to tell anyone, until the gender reveal. Tezo comes next to me. Dilia, you know you're my favorite? He says. Fuck off. I laugh. Let's go to the meeting room. Vittoria is waiting for us, Amira says. I grab a bottle of tequila before I leave. I have a feeling I'll need this. Chapter 63. This is the leader of the Ravens, Vittoria says. She puts a picture on the board of a tall, dark-skinned man with brown eyes and cornrows. He looks like he's in his 20s. I can't lie, he's hot. I look at Zoya and Alora and I can see they're thinking the same thing. His name is Crescento, Xuan says. He's dangerous and insane. He's going to have the USB on him during the masquerade ball. Vittoria explains. How are we supposed to get it off him? Lorenzo asks. That's where Dilia comes in. She continues. The Mafia leaders never meet each other. There's always a middle person, the messenger. Dilia is going to be that messenger. She will pretend to work for the demons. Alessandro says, now that Andria's gone, Alessandro has to fill in his place. He doesn't seem to enjoy it. Dilia will then walk past Zoya and give her the USB. Terzo will then offer her a drink and slip a fake USB into her hand. Alessandro explains, what's in this USB that's so important? I ask. That's for me to know. Vittoria replies, it seems stupid to risk our lives for an object we know nothing about. I shrug. I lean back on my chair and drink out of the tequila bottle. Ever since you got here, all you've done is contradict my every move. Vittoria says, standing up. That's not going to scare me. Get used to it, because it's not going to change. I snap. Dilia's right. We have the right to know what's in the USB. Alora says, inside this USB is the information of every single mafia in America, including ours. Vittoria sighs. All our personal information is on there. What are they going to do with it? Terzo asks. Start killing us off one by one until they're the only two mafias that stand, she says. She puts another picture on the board. This is Zane, the leader of the demons. A blonde guy with hazel eyes come on the screen. He looks 19, at least. When I give him the fake, won't he realize I'm not in his mafia? I ask. This guy's head is so far up his ass, he doesn't give a shit about anyone but himself. Lorenzo says, you need to get him alone and kill him. Alessandro says, once you do, you'll press a tiny button on the USB which will alert us. We need to get out of there before anyone realizes he's gone. Vittoria says, Alora is taking care of that. Yes, boss. Alora finally looks up. She looks like she hasn't slept at all, and I realize that this is the first time she's looked away from her scream. Zoya will be in charge of getting you ready, Vittoria says. She will cover up your snake tattoo and give you a new one on your back. It's not permanent. Don't worry. You can scrub it off when we're done. Zoya says, this is what the tattoo looks like. She puts a picture on the screen. Oops. This image does not follow our content guidelines. To continue publishing, please remove it or upload a different image. Every demon has one, either on their back or thigh, she explains. If it's on your back, it means you're ranked higher than others, letting you get close to the leader of the demons. Maurice will be here in 10 minutes to do your measurements and prepare your dresses, Vittoria says. All of you except Amira and Alora can leave. We all stand up in sync and I grab my bottle of tequila. For God's sake, don't be drunk when Maurice gets here. Vittoria snaps. I ignore her and walk out. Xuan, can I ask you for a favor? I ask. Yeah, go ahead. He says, can you help me move my things to Andria's room? I ask, looking down. I just want to have as much of him near me as possible. That's fine. He smiles softly. Let's do it before Maurice comes. We walk to my room and I open up my wardrobe. I'm only going to take some of these, I say. I take out some trousers, cute shirts, a couple skirts, sweaters, sweatpants, and hoodies. I pass them to Xuan and I look back and see that he's basically drowning in clothes. I grab most of my trainers and underwear and laugh as Xuan blindly follows me to Andria's room. Are you sure this is enough clothes? He asks sarcastically. Where should I put them? I roll my eyes and signal to Andria's bed. We go back to my room and Xuan takes my shampoos, creams, conditioners, face masks, bath bombs, etc. to Andria's bathroom. I bring all my makeup bags and hair accessories on the shelves next to his mirror. Is that it? Xuan asks. Yeah, I say sighing. Dilia, Maurice is here, Lorenzo says, poking his head through the door. Where is he? I ask. Zoya's room, he replies. Have fun, Xuan nudges me as we walk out. I will, I reply. I walk to Zoya's room and see Maurice there with her and Amira. Dilia, it's nice to see you again, he says. Nice to see you, Maurice? I reply, shaking his hand. Zoya's room is huge and her closet is even bigger. I step on the ottoman and hold out my arms so Maurice can get my exact measurements. He measures my bust, then my hips. He measures the length on my arms and the length from my hips to my feet. He writes everything down in a tiny notebook. I get off the ottoman, and he does the same thing to Zoya and Amira. What's the design you would like? He asks Amira. Everything covered, a really light blue, greyish colour with gems all over it, she says. I want it to be movable and breathable with a matching hijab. Maurice writes down her requirements next to her measurements. What about you, Zoya? He asks. Could I take a look at your sketchbook? She asks. Maurice takes a black book out of his bag and hands it to Zoya. She flicks through it for a while and finally stops. This one is beautiful, she says. I think this is the one. She points at a brown fitted dress with white diamonds on it. What about you, Dilia? He asks. I don't know, I reply. Could I look at your sketchbook? I reach to Zoya, but Maurice grabs it and closes it. I have a special one for you, he says, walking to his bag. This one has the designs of all the dresses Andria wanted me to make for you. My heart skips a beat. Chapter 64. Maurice hands me the sketchbook and I open it up. There are so many beautiful dresses in here. I spot the dress Andria got me last time. Tears fill my eyes. These are beautiful, I breathe. I keep skipping through pages and my eye catches on this one dress. It's a gold and blue ball gown dress. This one, I say, swallowing the lump in my throat. This one is gorgeous. Excellent choice, he says. He takes the book out of my hand. The skirt of this ball gown can be detached and you'll be left with a short, movable fitted dress. He explains. You'll be able to fight in it. I wipe my eyes with the back of my hands. It's perfect, I say. Amazing, Maurice, says, clapping his hands together. I will personally deliver these to you in a couple weeks. We thank him, and Amira and I make our way out of Zoya's room. I rip the page out of my notebook and scrunch it up. I'm trying to find the best gender reveal ever. I opened up the envelope Mimi gave me earlier and she's having a girl. I want this gender reveal to be funny and unique. Fuck. Xuan yells, storming into the living room. I'm sitting in the corner and I don't think he realizes I'm there. He's pacing back and forth and running his hands through his hair. Fuck, 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 I hear him mutter. He looks stressed out. Are you ok? I ask, finally speaking. Shit, he mutters as he turns to my direction. I didn't see you there. You seem stressed, I say. Are you ok? Yeah, I'm fine, he replies before hurriedly walking out. Weird. I keep on jotting down ideas until I come up with one. This is going to be hilarious. I'll get Lorenzo and Terzo to wrestle, but they'll be dressed as babies. One blue, one pink. They'll wrestle until pink wins, and that's the reveal. They're going to love this, I laugh. I run out of the living room and check the kitchen. They're not there. I bump into one of the maids. Excuse me, do you know where Terzo and Lorenzo are? I ask. They're in the gaming room, ma'am, she says. Thank you, I say before running off. I finally get to the gaming room and find them playing a ball pool game. Listen to this, I say, putting my notebook down. What's it about? Lorenzo asks. The gender reveal. I reply. I'm all ears, Terzo says. So you and Lorenzo will be dressed in huge baby onesies, blue and pink. I explain. I want pink. Terzo exclaims. I burst out laughing and he clears his throat. It's a very manly colour. Anyways, you guys will wrestle and the correct gender is going to win and bam, epic gender reveal. I say, crossing my arms. What's the gender? Lorenzo asks. It's a girl. I squeal. Yes. Terzo exclaims. I get to whoop your ass. Do any of you know what's up with Xuan? Alora asks, walking in, eating a strawberry. He was acting weird earlier, I say, shrugging and picking up my notebook. Why? Terzo asks. He's walking around the house like a madman, muttering to himself, saying, fuck, shit, should I say. Should I speak to him? I ask. Nah, just let him be, Terzo says. You guys planning on going to school tomorrow? Alora asks. We have to. We've been gone for a while. It's going to look even more suspicious. Lorenzo says. Has Vittoria said anything to the school yet? Trace of? I ask. Yeah, she called them earlier, Alora replies. They said they were sorry for our loss but expect us back soon. I take a deep breath. I think I'll go walk Dynamite, I say. He's with Mimi, Terzo says.